Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're going to discover the world's best skincare brand. Here on the channel, I'm running this series called The World's Best, where we apply some objective measures to different categories in skincare to work out which is truly the best of the best. Well, I'm quite sad to announce that that series is coming to an end, but I feel like we're ending on a high, because in today's video, we're going to talk the very best skincare brand around. That one brand that you could reach for your whole skincare needs, knowing that you're going to be getting the best possible products at the best possible price point with some great values and ethics thrown in to boot. So sit back, relax, let's talk the world's best skincare brand. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know what your thoughts, feelings, and opinions are on any of the brands mentioned in today's video. Or do you think there's some brands that are missing from this list? Sound off in the comment section below and let's get that conversation going. I know you guys have been so supportive of this series right the way from the start, I think like 2 months ago, when we looked at the world's best sunscreens through to today. Each and every one of these videos tends to get around 1,000 likes, which honestly is like mind-blowing. So I'd love to end on a high. So if you haven't already, if you could reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like, it really does support me as a content creator, because the more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, I've got a lot to get through in this video, so shall we just cut that waffle and delve straight on in? Now, for those of you that might not be familiar with this series, don't worry, if you've missed any of the videos, I pulled them all together in a playlist, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. So check that out if you want to know what the world's best sunscreen is, vitamin C, retinoid, peptides, all of that good stuff, all there in that single playlist for you. Now, for this video, we're going to continue a little bit of a change that I implemented halfway through this series, where instead of going at random, we're actually going to go from the lowest scoring skincare brand through to the highest. This was based on the feedback that you guys gave me, saying this was kind of easier for you guys to follow and navigate through. So we're going to be implementing that in today's video. We have got 4 categories that we're going to measure each and every brand against. First up, we're going to have product quality. I think this is so important. We're actually going to give double marks to this category. How good are the formulations and the products that these brands are bringing to market? The second is going to be price point. Again, doesn't always mean the cheapest scores the highest, but what I'm looking for in price point is, are the prices that these brands are charging worth it when you look at the formulation, the quality, and the blend of active ingredients? Third, we're then going to come onto brand values. We're not just buying a product, we're kind of buying into the ethos, to the values that the brand presents. How ethical, transparent, and how good a brand are these actually? Finally, we're going to look at customer service. This isn't something that we've necessarily touched upon before in this series, but I think it's really important when we look at quality brands. Do they treat us, the consumer, with the respect that we deserve and give us a customer service that I think in 2022 we should all expect? As I said before, we're going to give double marks to product quality as a category, a maximum of 20. The other categories are going to give a maximum of 10 points for a total score of something out of 50. That's how we're going to do the ranking, and so let's just jump straight on in. All of these brands I have a lot of experience with, and I've gone for what I call like mid-market, relatively affordable brands. I will follow this video up if you guys want one with a luxury, bougie, more high-end equivalent, and I've already covered Korean skincare brands in a separate video, which I'll link up there. So today we're focusing in on what I think are the very best brands that the skincare industry has to offer that come with a relatively reasonable price point that's going to be accessible to most budgets. Now, coming in at 6th place, and I'm calling this 6th place, not bottom place, because I've already filtered out a whole suite of poorer performing skincare brands that I don't think are worthy of your hard-earned coin. This, don't forget, is like the best of the best. So in 6th place is this brand, the Inkey list. Now, a brand that I used to always reach to for my skincare needs, but I do so less and less recently. There's a couple of reasons for that, and we'll kind of get onto that throughout this video. However, let's get into the scoring. So for product performance and quality, I'm going to give them a 14 out of 20. I think this is reflective of the fact that some of the Inkey list products are holy grails, others are total fails. You really have to be selective with the products that you choose. Some of my favourites, and I've linked these in the description box below, as I will for all products mentioned in today's video, are these. Fulvic Acid Brightening Cleanser, a really nice second step cleanse that will help brighten the skin at the margins. I also really love their Mandelic Acid treatment. This is great if you just want to do a bit of pinpoint exfoliation, tackle any dark marks or discoloration that you might have, and also great for tackling acne. I also love this. This is a succinic acid blemish treatment. The sulfur in here will really shrink the size of any blemishes you have, take away that redness, it calms, it soothes, and it also has a light exfoliation, like pigment suppression quality to it. So overall, I think these are really good products. Unfortunately, there are a lot of misses with the Inkey list too, which is why I think that 14 out of 20 is a fair score. When it comes onto the price, 10 out of 10. I mean, the Inkey list are known for their drugstore and affordable price points. You know, I think, them, The Ordinary, and some of the other like Revolution Skincare, these are brands which really deliver some fantastic quality formulations with really affordable prices that you can pick up at your local drugstore. And for that, I absolutely applaud them and love them. Now, coming in on brand values, we're going to give them a 6 out of 10. I think this is because sometimes their marketing has been a bit on the shady side. They kind of manipulate the product, the branding, the image to focus in on what I seem as like innovative, exciting ingredients, rather than focusing in on what I think are like the core ingredients actually delivering the benefit. This is kind of duping the consumer into buying their product over any of the other very similarly formulated products on the market. Some people might just say that's clever marketing, and that is definitely the case, but for me, I think even the Inkey list have learned that maybe this isn't the right approach, and they've started to turn things around recently. I covered this in more depth in a video, which I'll link up there, but that's why they're losing quite a lot of marks on like the brand values, ethics, and ethos. When it comes to customer service, they're getting 8 out of 10. Some people do say they're not the most helpful when it comes to like their web chat feature. If you want to know concentrations that are held within their products, often they'll say, no, that's kind of our formula, we don't share that. They're not always the most transparent or easy brand to kind of get in touch with and chat to. I don't think that's worthy of too many mark deductions, but for me, I think an 8 out of 10 kind of reflects that, especially when we compare and contrast to some of the other brands that are coming up. Overall, they're scoring a 38 out of 50, and I think that is a very respectable score. Now, in at number 5 is a brand that I thought honestly would be higher up on this list, which is why I'm enjoying this series so much. When you apply these measures and scores in an objective way, you really help to work out which is the very best of the best when you take it an all over and comprehensive view of it, rather than just focusing down on the quality, the packaging, or one single aspect. So at number 5 is The Ordinary, another affordable and drugstore brand, very comparable to the Inkey list when you look at the price point, but they score higher than the Inkey list on a couple of factors. Let's start with the product quality. I'm giving them a 15 out of 20. This is a relatively high mark, but I knocked them a couple of points off because some of their original products, could do with a little bit of a formulation update. I captured in a recent video some of like my The Ordinary fails, the products that I won't buy, and I'll leave a link to that up there. That's the case with those products. I think the formulation is a little bit dated. The products can either strip or dry. You might not get the best user experience, such as with the niacinamide, which foams if you use it on damp skin. That's not a pleasant experience for us to use, and so I think some of their formulations could just do with a slight update. However, they definitely have some holy grails. For me, it would be these. This is the salicylic acid solution, back after like a 2-year hiatus of being discontinued. Such a great product for acne-prone skin. The Azuraline solution is like my go-to favourite anti-aging serum, would never be without it. The vitamin C derivatives are divine, and I also like their ethylated ascorbic acid, which is a stabilised pure form vitamin C for those that kind of want maximum performance in the shortest possible time. All of these are holy grails, which is why I think 15 out of 20 is a very fair mark. For the price point, same as the Inkey list, 10 out of 10. Super drugstore, affordable. They're not a brand that's put their price up a whole lot recently, which I applaud, because a lot of brands are responding to inflationary pressures by hiking up their prices. You haven't really got that price hike with The Ordinary, which I definitely think is to their credit. We're then going to come on to brand ethics and ethos. The values, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I know that the takeover of The Ordinary by Estee Lauder corporations put a lot of people off. Estee Lauder, bit of a checkered history when it comes to animal testing, human rights, just the way that they approach the industry. Not my favourite multinational corporation, and they do now own The Ordinary. Whilst they've allowed The Ordinary to remain cruelty-free, don't forget when you buy an Ordinary product, you are kind of aligning Estee Lauder's pockets, so you do need to bear that in mind, which is why I've deducted some marks. Finally, customer service, 8 out of 10. I think, they offer a good customer service, relatively quick shipping times, but I do know sometimes when they have a big sale on, it can take quite a while to actually get your hands on the products, which I thought that would change with the Estee Lauder acquisition, but it hasn't. If anything, the shipping times have kind of got a little bit worse, which is why I'm knocking them a couple of marks off for that. But a sum total of 40 out of 50, and again, a really good score. Now, in 4th place is Paula's Choice. Kind of the reverse of The Ordinary. I expected Paula's Choice to score much lower and The Ordinary to score much higher, which is why I think these objective measures really do flush out the best of the best. So for Paula's Choice, in terms of their product quality, I'm giving them a 17 out of 20. Really high score. I love their formulations. I think a lot of thought goes behind each and every product. Their original collection was like a holy grail for so many people out there, and whilst I'd say some of their newer launches maybe haven't been as cult and popular as their originals, they're still well formulated and they definitely get credit for that. I knocked a couple of marks off because I think like their lip balm, some of their eye products are maybe not the best. I think, looking at the price point versus the formulation, not the greatest, and I'll come on to that in a more detail in the next category, but that's why I've knocked a couple of marks off for that, but still, 17 out of 20. I think really sings to the quality of the Paula's Choice range. My favourite product from them being the azelaic acid booster, which is my favourite and first azelaic acids that I tried. The price point, they're getting a 6 out of 10. Now, some people might think this is a little bit harsh, but actually, the price of Paula's Choice has gone up and up so much, I was almost reluctant to include them in this video, which I wanted to focus on like that mid-market price point. They're definitely at the top end of that, and they seem to once a year put the prices up by quite a considerable amount. This means that this is a brand that's kind of out of the reach for a lot of people, and I started to question, are you actually getting value for money when you look at the price point versus the formulation? And I think we're on the cusp of that not being the case, which is why they're getting that 6 out of 10. For brand values, 9 out of 10, super transparent, you know exactly what you're getting with Paula's Choice. Everything's broken down on the website, they've got a sustainability ethos that's clearly publicised, so again, you know what they're committing to when it comes to recycling, reducing waste, just everything that they do, they tend to do it in a totally transparent way, which I would definitely applaud. And then finally, customer service, 9 out of 10. I had a great experience with Paula's Choice on their customer service, and if you read the reviews online, a lot of other people kind of mirror that experience. They really take the time to explain things if you have any questions. They will definitely put things right if anything goes wrong, and you know what, with any brand, some errors can happen, but they're always quick to turn it around like that, which I really appreciate. So overall, they're getting a 41 out of 50, which is just 1 point higher than the ordinary. Now, I feel like we're into the top tier proper now. We're in the top 3, and in third place is this brand, Stratia. I love Stratia. Let's just start with the colours. Everything just screams sunshine. You want to reach for these products. But if you do reach for them, the formulations are also amazing. So with Stratia, for the formulations, they're getting a 19 out of 20. This is actually the highest scoring brand on product quality. There's not a single product from their entire collection that I don't recommend. The Liquid Gold, amazing. If you've got dry skin, impaired barrier function, heals it like that. Beautiful blend of ceramides, fatty acids, cholesterol, to just really support the skin barrier. Their Night Shift, one of the most gentle retinoids out there, but still super effective, great on the neck and the other sensitive areas. I love their Fortify, which is a wonderful blend of gorgeous different facial oils, and in here you've got the AHA solution, which is a super gentle yet hyper effective exfoliating gel. All of these are amazing. I think if I had to say what was my least favourite product from Stratia, probably would be their cleanser, but even then, it's a really nice and pleasant product to use. Definitely worthy of that 19 out of 20, and I'd say if you've yet to experience Stratia, I've left links, like I said, with all of them in the description box below. Pop a couple of their products on order because you will absolutely fall in love. For the price point, they're going to get a 7 out of 10. They're not the cheapest brand out there. They're more affordable than Paula's Choice, which is why they score higher, but they're not drugstore and super accessible. I definitely think when you look at the quality of the products and the formulations, the price point isn't actually too bad. But to get it here in the UK, you do have to pay quite a lot of shipping and import charges, so we'll call that out. But in the North American market, definitely a more affordable brand, and one that you definitely will want to try. In terms of the brand values, 9 out of 10. The only thing I think that was missing from them is they don't talk a lot on their website about sustainability, reducing waste, something that I think is really important at the moment and for the future generations. So I would have liked to have seen that, but everything else kind of just ticked all the boxes. Super transparent, really open with their formulations. They're just a really nice, good guy skincare brand, which I love to see. Finally, when it comes to customer service, 7 out of 10. I had a good experience with Stratia, but if you read some of the other reviews, people say, you know, the turnaround time to get some answers or a response is a little bit slow, which I think in the internet age where Amazon Prime and all that is a thing, I think we kind of expect instant, which maybe is expecting too much for what is still a very small brand. But I think their response times are on the slower side of things, and their shipping time does take a little bit longer than maybe we should expect. Maybe I'm being too harsh with this because they are a smaller brand, but still, I think if you compare and contrast evenly with the other brands, I think a 7 out of 10 is fair. This gives a grand total of 42 out of 50, and definitely a worthy bronze position. Now let's give a drum roll please for the silver medal, second place in the world's best skincare brand, and that's going to Face Theory. Now I love Face Theory. I mean, their products are amazing, in keeping with like the Stratia vibe, very colourful, very uplifting, very vibrant, which I love. Their formulations are stunning, and you know, for the product quality, I'm going to be giving them a 17 out of 20. Maybe not quite the same as Stratia, especially because some of their newer launches maybe maybe missed the mark just slightly. But honestly, they've got so many holy grails I swear by in my skincare routine. Let's start. This is the Saliatica Toner, a great dupe for the Paula's Choice BHA Skin Perfector. Half the price, better performing. I also love their Resevera F antioxidant serum. Great like multi-blended antioxidant formulation that's like that one-stop shop for protecting your skin. The Lumizalia azelaic acid serum is a holy grail, and the OcuWake eye cream is really the one that I use most frequently in my own routine. It'll help exfoliate away any bumps or melia that you have. It'll boost collagen in the under eye area, brighten everything down. Literally the best anti-aging eye cream I think I found. Even better than the Neod fractionated eye contour concentrate. And I never thought I'd say that. I would definitely say if you haven't experimented with Face Theory, definitely give it a go, because I found a discount code which is linked in the description box below. If you use that link and then at checkout apply that discount code, you get 30% off everything in their collection. So definitely, if you want to try it, now's your chance where you can save some of your hard-earned coin and experience why I think that the quality of the formulations is so tip-top. For the price point, I'm going to give Face Theory 8 out of 10. Now, the only reason that I'm reducing this ever so slightly is because they do have kind of an over-reliance on discount codes. I know this is a bit of a double-edged sword. I think full price, their products are a little bit on the bougie and expensive side. However, they always have a discount code going, which is great because you can save 30%, which really brings it down more to that drugstore price point that I love. However, I kind of, bit of me thinks, why not just do away the discount codes and reduce the overall cost and price point by 30%, and that way it treats everyone fairly and equally. I know that's not how marketing and how business works, so don't read me to filth in the comment section below, but that's kind of my rationale for reducing the price point score just ever so slightly. But like I say, you can get 30% off, which honestly brings it down to that drugstore price point, and all of their formulations are definitely worth it. For the brand ethics and values, I'm giving them an 8 out of 10. Really strong set of values on their website. You're looking at things like recycling, you're looking at environmental sustainability. They definitely have a clear list of the ingredients that they won't use in their products. While some people are a bit wary of the term clean skincare, that's definitely something I avoid because there's no international standard. When you've got a brand like Face Theory that clearly documents what it means to them, I don't really think you can argue with that. I did look to see if they partnered with any charities, did any good works through that, and I couldn't find anything on their website, which is why I'm knocking a few marks off for that. But honestly, again, another great good guy in the skincare world. Finally, for customer service, 10 out of 10. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone out there that says that Face Theory delivers anything better than ding holy grail customer service. They just get everything right. So the shipping time's super speedy. If you have any problems with their products, they'll return them like that, no questions asked. They offer replacements. Usually if there's been a fault with your original product, they'll send you like 2 as a replacement, as like a thank you for your understanding. They just do everything right. They get back to you really quickly, and as a consumer, I think this is like the gold standard that all other brands should kind of aspire to, and Face Theory just do it so well. That gives us a grand total score of 43 out of 50, and definitely a worthy second place score. Now, if we can give the biggest drum roll, please, for the winner of the world's best skincare brand, in my view at least, and it's this one, Geek and Gorgeous. Was there really any competition? I don't know, often when I do these world's best videos, I often come out with an answer that I maybe wasn't expecting. I think had you have asked me what I think is the best of the best when it comes to skincare brands before this, I probably would have said Geek and Gorgeous. I was surprised with how well Face Theory scored, if I'm honest, but I'm still glad that my favourite, Geek and Gorgeous, did just pip them to the post. So for product quality, 18 out of 20. So good. Their products have a really great expiration dates on them, which I love. You're not kind of in a rush to use them up. The formulations are all so well formulated, well considered. Every single ingredient has a place in their formulations. They don't use loads of fillers that you see with some other brands. And I genuinely think that they really think long and hard before putting any product out to market. I love that, because while some people might get a little bit frustrated that we don't see constant new launches from Geek and Gorgeous, that's to their credit. I know they're working in the background to perfect everything rather than just chucking out products and hoping they land. So many of theirs are holy grails. I love their exfoliators, particularly the Calm Down, which is great if you have a really sensitive skin type, but you still want to get a really good exfoliation. This I would totally recommend because it's got polyhydroxy acids and lower concentration of other acid blends. So good. The Perfectly Clear is one of my absolute favourite when it comes to like salicylic acid treatments. Gets to grips with any blackheads that you have like that. I adore the APAD azelaic acid. It's a derivative. A lot of people think with derivatives you kind of lose some of the efficacy. Not with this. Some studies have shown this particular derivative might actually penetrate better into the skin than traditional azelaic acid, so definitely one to check out. The Stressless is a must-have if you have irritation-prone skin, any redness, calms, soothes, and is just wonderful. And my go-to nightly retinol treatment is this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game 10. Really easy. They've got a 5 and a 10. The 5 if you've got sensitive skin, the 10 for everyone else. Just honestly, check out any of their products. They're all absolute holy grails. And the only reason I'm knocking a couple of points off is I don't really like their B-Bomb, like niacinamide serum. That's the one product that I probably wouldn't buy from their collection. The rest, holy grails. Price point, they're scoring an 8 out of 10. Probably would be a 10 out of 10 for the UK and Europe. But if you want to ship these internationally, their shipping rates are quite high, which is why I'm knocking a couple of marks off for that one. We then come on to brand ethics, values, and ethos, 8 out of 10. Again, kind of very transparent on their website. Everything's listed, you know exactly what you're getting. They've got a sustainability statement. You really know what the brand is, what they're all about. The only time that I was a little bit confused is they don't talk a lot about charity partners they work with or about the reduction in waste and kind of how they're taking that forward. So a couple of marks off for that, but everything else, I think you definitely know when you read their website, this is a brand that's worth buying into. Finally, customer service, like with Face Theory, 10 out of 10. Super quick response time. I mean, one of the quickest delivery times on planet Earth. I don't know how they do it. You order today and you'll get it tomorrow in the European Union or the UK. Like, I don't know how they ship that quick. Logistically, they must be wizards, but that's amazing, and it's just a great customer experience all around for a sum total of 44 out of 50, and I think a well-deserved winner of the world's best skincare brand. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of my top 6 skincare brands. I don't want anyone to think that like the ones that scored lower down in this list are in any way bad skincare brands. This is the best of the best, and these 6, honestly, any products from them would make wonderful additions to your skincare routine. I've left links to all the products mentioned in today's video, so if you didn't quite catch the name or you want to know like what's the best of the best, then it's all down there. I've also done some shorts videos on each and every one of these brands over on TikTok. We now have a channel on TikTok, Getting Down with the Kids, and it's at Mad About Skin. So don't forget to follow us over there and check out some of the content. I've also linked that in the description box below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.